This is the Jackery 2000 V2, and this is my test that I do with every battery I ever have, which is a test of how long I can run the fridge, microwave, and other kitchen essentials to see how well this works as a backup battery, as a home backup battery, something you can use in an emergency situation. I've got this currently plugged into the fridge and the microwave. We're going to run through a couple different tests of having the fridge on, how long it's going to be able to run the fridge through its different cycles, and also how long you can run the microwave with a few different microwave usages, maybe a 1 minute, a 30-second, 2-minute microwave usage, and see how it handles that. I do this battery test on all of the different batteries that I get because I think it's really important to understand what you're actually going to be able to get from a battery like this, not only for something that you're going to be able to use on a camp out, or not only something you can use on a photo shoot or something like that, but something you can use as a backup solution, something you can use on top of those awesome features. Now you can also use it if the power goes out. You can still have your fridge running, you can still have your freezer running, you can still cook food either with a microwave, hot plate, toaster oven, any of these different smaller kitchen appliances that you can still use when there's a power outage. And we're also going to talk about how much solar power you need to continue to charge this up. For example, this looks like it's going to be able to run for about 8 hours, and that's pretty sweet because if this can run 8 hours and it can run all the essentials, so a light, the fridge, microwave, and a few things I need to cook 3 times a day, well then if the solar can charge this up and I can be charging this with solar at the same time as just charging and using it for these other appliances, that is a phenomenal backup solution where I can literally live and help my family and protect my family and give my family the things that I need with the food and keeping our food cold and things like that for a long period of time without having grid power. So we're gonna do those tests and let me know what you think. Okay, so let's turn this on. So we gotta turn on the AC power. That's gonna activate these 3 outlets here. These 3 outlets are now active. And you have DC on the other side, but these are the AC power mode here that we turned on. We're at 55% right now. I decided we just go for the 55% and stop charging it, and let's just try it at the 55% and see how much power we have. Turning on and plugging in the fridge right now, it's pulling 600 watts right now. It must be in one of the cycles where the fridge is actually using more power. It fluctuates, and you'll see this in the video, fluctuates between 600 and 150. And depending on where you are in the cycle, it's going to be either using 600 or 150. So we'll see those different things. Right now, when it is using 600, it only says it's going to last about 2 hours. So we'll see how long it's going to last when it drops down to one of those lower cycles. But first, let's power up the microwave. So I'm going to just turn on the microwave here. And all of a sudden, you see that ramp up all the way up to 2,300 watts, or about there. So the microwave is now on. We're at 2,300 watts or around there. And with the power, with the microwave on, you obviously see that the amount of time drops all the way down to 0.5 hours. So about 30 minutes. So obviously that's going to be 30 minutes of having the microwave on, which is going to be obviously not what you're going to do. But it shows you can run the microwave in a pretty big microwave actually. I'll show you the microwave here. So that's the microwave. It's a pretty good sized microwave. And it's been running for 30 seconds. We've got another couple seconds left, about 30 seconds left on it, and it's consistently outputting 2,300 watts with no problem at all. That's going to be something that's really good about this battery. You can output a large amount of power. Obviously, you don't want to be running this all the time and running it very sparingly, but it shows that you can be using this microwave and you can cook food and you can get the things you need to get done with a backup solution like this. So we're back down to just that 600 watts. And now there's a little bit later, we're down to 43%. And you can see that the overall power output is only 160 watts now. And it shows us 4.8 hours. So we're at 43%. We got 4.8 hours. So realistically, this could easily run your fridge and your freezer. And then sparingly, it could easily run a microwave, a toaster, things like that. And you'd be able to have all of those things that you need. Okay, so I'm back checking on this at night. It's about 4 hours later, and it's showing an hour and 0.2. So, an hour and 10, hour and 15. I don't know how that 0.2 would actually be calculated, but they're down again to the 150 watts that the fridge is needing at this time. But I think, and I hope this gives you a good idea of what this power station can run and how effective it is at backing up a house in case you do need it. So again, it's so nice that you can have something that you can use on a camp out or on a photo shoot or out in the wilderness or whatever it is that you're doing with this battery, like if you're using it for a camper or if you're using it for whatever else. But then you can also have it for your house in case there is something that happens. You can keep things cold. You can keep your fridge, and you can operate some of the things you'll need for the kitchen. So hope that helps.